of the game. The one is the questing system, and the other is the player versus player experience. So let's start off with the quests. So we have 10 different maps of quests. Each of them tells a different story. Now, these are all stories from the existing Dragon Age universe, but it spans lots of different time periods, has lots of different characters and bosses that you're fighting. So let's just jump into one of these. So our party's over here on the left. We have a dragon, so I think we'll do pretty well. I don't know, these guys are pretty hard.
Oh, looks fun.
And Morgan with the killing blow. It's awesome. So, for fighting in battles, you're going to gain experience as well as gold. Experience will level up your characters. You can see some of our characters' levels here. And gold is used for, in the store, to purchase new characters. I'll go in here for a second. So in the store, there's different packs. Each pack has a specific character associated with it, or I just say each pack allows you to get a character. So for instance, these two packs allow you to use gold in order to get characters. And this one here allows you to use gems. Something that was really important to us is that every single character you can obtain just by grinding in the game. Nothing is behind a paywall in this game. Now, you can choose to pay and buy gems, and this gives you a better chance at getting those rare characters, but even in the simplest pack, you can get the best character in the game. Something else to point out is that you can actually grind for gems in the game as well. Whenever you beat maps and whenever you do what we call mastering nodes, you also get gems out of that.
Of course.
So let's go ahead and just open one of these packs. All right. This is an example of one of our large creatures. So well, I can show you first. You can spin them around. So every creature has certain stats associated with them. There's the basic stats, their power, their health, and the speed associated with it, the initiative as we'll call it. So with initiative, there's fast, medium, and slow. And this is what determines the turn order in combat. Each unit also has a special ability associated with them. There's a lot of really interesting abilities. This one here attacks a row of enemies. So, just to show you another example of a character, Morgan, for instance, she attacks a row of enemies, and she also has a chance to stun them. There's also enemies or units such as blood mages, which will actually absorb power, absorb health from other characters. There's one of my favorites is this rogue that every time he attacks, he gets more powerful. So if you protect him, he'll just get more and more powerful, and he can like kill a dragon off for you. Another aspect of the strategy is the squad itself. So you can easily move characters around. The characters in the front will protect the characters in the back. And so you usually want to have the warriors up front and the mages in the back. In addition, being in the front gives you a health bonus, whereas being in the back gives you a bonus to your critical hit, your 2x. So generally, it kind of re-emphasizes the warriors in the front and the mages in the back. But we've done a lot of competitions, and it's really interesting the strategies that come out of it. Like, for instance, if you're going up against a bunch of blood mages who attack the entire party, they might kill off your mages in the back, But if you throw the mages up front, they get this health bonus.
Between, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so there's lots of different ways to kind of change it up and use it to your best advantage. Another thing is we have the large creature slot.
Yeah.
We've got our awesome high dragon here. I just want to show you some of the other creatures. So this is our current implementation of runes is that you can have 2 runes on at a time, and these runes will apply to the entire party and give some kind of boost to the party.
Okay.
So there can be some simple boosts, such as, let me see if I can find a power or a health. All kinds of runes here. There we go. So this is a health. So for a short duration, for 5 minutes, you're going to get plus 10% to your health. There's other ones such as boost your power, boost how fast you are. And these are all short durations because we give runes out a lot. Okay. You have a chance for runes in every pack, and it's a pretty good chance too. And so we want players to always be changing up their strategy by trying the runes.
It's for limited time only, or you have a persistent runes?
So they are for limited time only.
Okay.
But it's mainly because this is actually a really good question. So there is an expiration on these, and we didn't have that originally until we started having players play it a lot. And what we found is players would hoard all of their runes. Like, you ever played like a Final Fantasy game, and you have that potion, and you keep saving it and saving it, and then you beat the game and you still have it?
It's sufficient.
Yeah, it's exactly what was happening. And so what we did is we put on like this limit, and it actually caused players to not be afraid of using the runes, and they had a far better experience because of it. So another thing I want to point out is you have runes that can like give you more experience over time. There's runes that give you more coins as well. And something really interesting is these kind of runes. So there's targeting runes. With the targeting runes, they can target, say, enemies with the lowest health, or with the most power, or the fastest enemies. And what this allows you to do is, in those situations where, let's say we've got the mages in the back, and those mages are super powerful, we can target the most powerful ones and kill them off first, rather than having to kill off the warriors first.
Okay.
Really can kind of totally change the strategy.
Of course.
The next part I want to speak to is the consume and combine aspects. So these two are very similar to each other. When you're getting packs, there's going to be times when you get a character, and that character maybe isn't as powerful as your party, maybe they just don't fit the strategy you're going for. But we always want it to be a positive experience when you open packs. So what this allows is we can pull a character, pull Alistair in for instance, and let's go find a character that maybe isn't that important to us. So let's pull this guy here in. So what's going to happen here is when we do the consume, you see what's happening? That character is transferred into here, and so your critical chance can go up. Also, if you were playing with that character for a long period of time, any experience associated with them will all be transferred in. And it just allows you to really utilize all your heroes in a great way.
Of course.
Similarly is the combine feature. So with combine, if you were buying a toy and you got 2 of the same toy, you'd be like, oh, I already have that toy. But in our game, when you get 2 of the same, it's actually a wonderful thing.
Okay.
Reason being, when you have 2, like the air shock here,
interesting.
You can actually bring it up to the next tier. And so this gives a new character model. It makes him more powerful and have higher health. And in addition to that, it increases the maximum level of that character. So you can grind more and continue to make them. So let's go ahead and just jump back into a combat here. I'm going to show you the player versus player aspect of it. So in player versus player, it's very similar to the questing. You still get gold, you still get experience for it. The difference is there's trophies associated with it. So doing really well, you get more trophies. If you do poorly, then you will lose trophies. Let's just jump into here. So trophies is the basis of matchmaking, so that you're fighting people who are similar to you in difficulty. It's also the basis for our leaderboards.
Okay.
So there's really competitive people, like they want to get the most trophies possible and show their friends how good they are. Nice. So you can see we got our gold and our experience. We also got some trophies out of it.
Okay.
And with that, I can just show you the leaderboards here quickly. So, at 175 in the world, well, in this build at least.
And the game is not available.
Well, it's actually out in soft launch countries right now. So it's out in Canada and Australia, in Singapore, Hong Kong, and Russia.
Okay.
And so we want to have it out there, test it to make sure that everybody's having a really positive experience, and then we'll open it up more broadly.
Okay. It's a free-to-play?
It is, yeah. Completely free to play. Like I said, you can grind and just get everything for free, but there are some opportunities to spend.